I'm Dominique and this is Alan. We're from AR Kitchens, Bedrooms and Bathrooms. We get a lot of customers asking us what's the difference between the worktops. So we thought we'd do a little video today to show you the differences between your laminate, your quartz, your granite and your solid worktops.
So, a few samples I've picked out here. The most common worktop we find in the kitchen, or the most common popular asked for, is the laminate worktops. So we've got a few samples here. These are your laminate samples. We've got, probably this is the biggest range of worktops we do. We've got maybe about 200 samples or so in the showroom to show you. So they come in a massive selection, not just in colour, but in texture, matte finish, maybe a gloss finish, a wood texture finish. Colours, massive colours from your woods, your whites, your greys, blacks. Thickness as well has become more popular as time's come on here. They've sort of evolved in the standard worktop, 38mm is your standard. We also do now a 22mm and a 12mm worktop as well. So a few differences. As well, the front edge. So this one I've got here is a bullnose worktop. Now that's a little radius at the front of your worktop. And the newer worktops have tended to go to be a square edge as well. So it can be a square edge finish. Difference between sort of bullnose and square edge is mainly in the installation process. So if you have a bullnose worktop with that radius on the front, the fitters can't put a curved radius on. So if you're having a breakfast bar, it's very hard for them to put a curve on, because where the router cuts, it makes the worktop square and then it goes into the bullnose, and you can't just finish the edging very good on the worktops.
So you're better off going for a square edge?
Better off going for a square edge worktop. If you're looking to have a curve on the end, maybe a breakfast bar, a curved end, or you've got a curved door on the end of a run, you're definitely better off going with a square edge.
And with the thinner worktops that they do now, they're becoming more popular because it is a good compromise if you want something that looks like quartz but still a laminate worktop, because they have got this thin look. They're quite a sleek look, which is similar to the style of the quartz and the granites.
Right. Moving on, we've got the quartz and the granite here. Couple of differences with them really. They often get put together in the same group, but granite being a natural product from the ground, isn't it? So it's naturally made, as opposed to quartz.
So quartz is a mixture, so you've got a mixture of your natural rock and a man-made resin. So what they do is they'll mix that together so you've got more continuity in the worktop. So that'll give a more uniformed pattern look.
Yeah, as opposed to granite. So granite is basically dug out of a quarry, it's cut from stone. So the pattern in granite is totally natural. So whatever way that rock's formed over thousands and thousands of years, that's the pattern you're going to get. And some people love it for that reason, that it's totally random. And one slab of granite, you will never ever get another slab exactly the same, it's totally random. Where the quartz, some people prefer a uniform look, so they want the same pattern throughout, but still have the same sort of qualities of granite. So the quartz, you can have a uniform pattern. This one's got a little bit of glitter in, you might be able to just see it on the camera there. So in the manufacturing process, because they're man-made, little things like glitter and glit in different surfaces can be added in, different substances.
So you can see, for example, on this quartz sample here, there is a cluster of pattern here and a cluster here, whereas this is a bit more sparse. Some people will love that because it's so unique and different, like Alan says, each piece is unique. Whereas with the quartz, it's more uniform, it's more spread out the pattern.
Yeah, smashing. So that's quartz, granite, laminate. We also do a solid surface seamless range. Now, Don, solid surface seamless range.
Yeah,
is...
so this is an acrylic and a polymer based worktop.
There you go, easy for you to see. What's the advantages? So joining it, putting it together in your kitchen or in your home, the joints are seamless. So when the joints come together, they're glued and they're buffed up and polished, and you don't really see any of the joints. We've got a little example here. So this upstand is actually made from 3 different pieces, which you can see at this end. You've got the upstand, the little jointing block, and then your actual worktop. Now the glue goes in each joint, and then it's sanded and polished and buffed until you get to this finish here. So you cannot see any joints at all. It's seamless. Again, that joint would be the same if it was a big worktop. If you're having a big slab, a big worktop, 2 worktops were joined together, that joint will be polished out and you wouldn't see any joints at all. It's totally seamless.
Yeah, because it is a seamless worktop, it's 100% waterproof and 100% hygienic as well.
Good point. Yeah, definitely for the hygienic. So with there not being any joint in there, any mold or mildew, any debris can't get trapped in the joint because it's not there. It's
and
just
will that be
totally
the same
seamless.
as well for the pattern, because it is a man-made product?
It is, because it's man-made. So the way it's made is it's made out of sort of an acrylic. It's imagine like PVA glue being poured onto a bed, and in the factory where I was there a while ago and seen it made, they basically sprinkle the sort of these bits and pieces, all the various items what they use for the pattern. Sometimes it's bits of stone, bits of quartz, bits of glass. In that product, the surface is totally uniform, so that the pattern is pretty much the same all the way through. As much as it's random, it's a uniform pattern. This is a little vanity set that we've got ready to go out to the customer. So this is ready to sit on top of the vanity unit. And with this sink, it's an undermounted seamless sink. So although it looks like the sink's different, there's actually no join there whatsoever. That's totally seamless. The sink's white and the top's in this cream colour, so it does give the contrast and it does give the look of a quartz worktop, but the sink is joined and it's totally seamless. If the customer had went for a white worktop, that would have just moulded in all in one with the white sink and you wouldn't have been to see any joints at all. And again, they've gone for the little upstand on the back, which is all moulded and all set solid into that one piece. So that's a little mention of the sink with the Staron solid surface. Some other options with sinks, going on to the laminate worktops. Dom, what sort of sinks would we be looking at for a laminate worktop?
So with your laminate worktops, the best thing to go for them is the overmount sink, which will sit on top of the worktop, because it is the, what's this, Alan?
Chipboard, yeah. So because there's chipboard underneath, you're a little bit tied. You have to have a sit-in sink basically, which is your standard sink with the drainer board on the side. Just because of the chipboard, you can't have that exposed to the water. You don't want it swelling and causing any damage. We've actually got a quartz one on display here. So we've got the undermount sink. Quartz is the same material all the way through, so the thickness, whether it's 30mm or 20mm thick, your quartz or granite, is solid all the way through. So in effect, you can basically cut the hole out and mount the sink from below, and it's just fixed below, sink's mounted. And because the quartz is the same thickness all the way through, it's the same material from top to bottom, that allows our router to be able to get in there and cut your drainer grooves out. So the drainer grooves are actually milled out of the worktop. Now that's the same for quartz, granite, or your solid seamless worktops as well, your Staron worktops. We can do that with all of them. So it's just another option as opposed to laminate where you would be tied to have the sit-in sink. You can have a sit-in sink with quartz, granite or seamless as well. So a lot of people do that. They still prefer the nice big sink with a big drainer groove. Or some people like to go for the sleek look with the drainer grooves in. So that's a good little option
Again,
on there.
with that, you can have a single bowl, you can have a bowl and a half, you can have a double bowl as well.
So loads of options.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And main thing comparing worktops, what a lot of customers will sort of ask for, which is the big question, what's the price difference? That's what people want to know straight away. Laminate wise, standard 38mm worktop. Don't hold us to it, just on an average sort of size kitchen, what would we be looking at, Dom? Average kitchen?
Average kitchen, about £500.
£500. So roughly £500 on an average size kitchen for a 30mm bull nose worktop. If you went thinner, I know these are a little bit dearer, what we're talking for a thinner style worktop?
Touch more expensive, you're looking roughly around £700.
About 700. So from 500 to 700 for your laminates, roughly speaking. On the same sort of size job or the same sort of size kitchen, moving on to quartz and the seamless solid surface worktops. They're all sort of grouped together on the same price roughly, don't they?
Yes, they're all
depending on
around
range.
the same price-ish. On an average kitchen, you'll be looking anywhere from 2,500 to 3,500, depending on what cuts you want, what sinks you want, upstands, things like that.
Yeah, that's a good point about the upstands. So upstands are available in every worktop we do, so whether it's your laminate, quartz, granite or solid surface, upstands are available. We've got one on display behind here in the Calcutta range, upstands. Then we can also do splashbacks, so full height splashbacks, so we can take the quartz or granite right up the wall. We can also do that in a massive range of laminates. Not all of them, but a massive range do come with the splashbacks to go up the wall.
And a nice little thing with the quartz and the granite and the solid worktops is if you are going for the upstands, sometimes your windowsill isn't a million miles away from the worktop, you can have it going up and into the windowsill as well, so you can have that all done in your granite and your quartz.
Good point. Right, I think we've more or less covered everything.
Yeah,
Happy with that? Yeah, so we've covered everything for the worktops, all the worktops we offer from laminates, as we say, quartz, granite, solid surface, pretty much covered it. If you like the video, give it a little like down below, and if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you all again soon.